Today I'm going to be showing you the double crochet cluster stitch. It's a quite simple 2-row repeat once you get going. It gives a nice fabric with lovely drape. The front and the back both look quite different. It looks really effective if you change colour every single row like I have here, but if you don't fancy that and all the weaving in of ends, then you can absolutely use just one plain solid colour, and it also looks great if you use a variegated yarn. To begin, pop a slip knot onto your hook. Now the pattern multiple for the double crochet cluster stitch is nice and simple. It's 2. So all you need to do is chain an even number, so multiples of 2, 2, 2 for as wide as you want your project to be. I'm just going to be making a small sample today, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 20. For the first row, we're going to be working into the 3rd chain from the hook. Now this loop on your hook does not count as anything. We only want to count the fully formed chains hanging down below. So 1, 2, 3. And now into that 3rd chain, we're going to begin our double crochet cluster stitch. Now these are formed using double crochet 2 together. I will talk you through this as we go, so don't worry. So into that 3rd chain from the hook, yarn over, go into the chain and draw up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, draw through the first 2, and then stop. So before we complete the double crochet stitch, we're going to stop. This is the first part of our double crochet 2 together. Now skip a chain, and into the next chain we're going to finish this stitch. So to do that, we need a second double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, skip a chain, and into the next, insert your hook, draw up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2, and then stop. So now you have 2 half-formed double crochet stitches hanging from your hook and 3 loops on your hook. To complete the double crochet 2 together, we're going to yarn over and draw through all 3 of those loops. That forms this little upside down V. That is your double crochet 2 together. These 2 chains that we skipped, they do count as a stitch. So if you wanted to pop a stitch marker into that 2nd chain, just so you don't lose it, now would be a good time to do that. So we have here the top of the double crochet 2 together that we just made, and then the top of those skipped chains. So pop your stitch marker in there. It's quite an easy one to lose on this first row, so it's just handy. You probably won't need a stitch marker moving forwards. Then chain 1, and we're going to work another double crochet 2 together. Now we're going to start the first leg of this stitch in the chain that we just finished working into. So back into that same chain, yarn over, go into the same chain and draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through the first 2 loops, and then stop. 1 half-formed double crochet. Then skip a chain, and into the next chain we're going to finish. So yarn over, go into the chain and draw up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, draw through the first 2, and then stop. 2 half-formed double crochets hanging from your hook and 3 loops on your hook. Now we're going to bring these 2 double crochets together. And to do that, we yarn over and draw through all 3 loops, forming that little V, the upside down V, and then chain 1. Now we're going to repeat this little sequence all the way down until you have 1 chain remaining. So begin your double crochet 2 together again, and we start it in the same chain where we finished the last one. So yarn over, go back into that same chain, draw up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and draw through 2, then stop. Skip a chain and into the next chain, yarn over, put your hook in, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Then once you have your 2 half finished double crochets hanging from your hook and 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, draw through all 3 loops to bring them together. Then chain 1. So we always start the double crochet 2 together in the same chain where you just finished the last one. So working back into that same chain, make the first leg of your double crochet 2 together, then yarn over, skip a chain, and into the next we're going to complete the double crochet 2 together. Then chain 1 and repeat this all the way down until you have 1 chain remaining. Always starting the first leg of the double crochet 2 together in the same chain where you just finished the one previous. This is the trickiest row. It's plain sailing once we get this one out of the way, I promise. Don't forget to chain 1 in between your double crochet 2 togethers. So I've worked my way all the way down. I have 1 chain remaining and I have just finished my final double crochet 2 together. Now we're going to chain 1 if you haven't already done so, and into this very last chain work 1 double crochet. Now I'm also going to change color on this stitch. This is entirely optional. If you're not changing color, just complete your double crochet as normal. So into this last chain, I'm going to work a double crochet and change color. So yarn over, go into that last chain, drop a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. That's my half finished double crochet stitch. Now, because I'm changing color, you always change color on the last yarn over before you complete the stitch. So I'm going to drop the color I'm currently working with, and I'm going to bring in a contrasting color so you can clearly see what I'm doing. I'm going to draw that over my hook, leaving a long tail for weaving in later, and then draw the new color through those last 2 loops to complete the stitch. So row 2 is the first of the 2 pattern repeat rows. All that means is rows 2 and 3 are the 2 that you will repeat over and over until the project is the length that you want it to be. So to begin row 2, we're going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and then turn your work. Work a single crochet into that exact same stitch where you just chained from, so into the top of that double crochet from the row below. Now work a single crochet into the chain 1 space. So in between these 2 stitches, you'll see here, pop a single crochet. So you'll always start row 2 with 2 single crochets. Now chain 1, and we're going to skip our double crochet 2 together from the row below, and we're working into the chain 1 spaces in between them. Once we've got row 2 out of the way, it's really clear where your stitches go after this. So a little concentration now will go a long way to helping you later into your project. So look for this V that we formed, the upside down V, and then the chain 1 space next to it. And into that chain 1 space, work a single crochet. Chain 1, find the next chain 1 space and work a single crochet. Chain 1, find the next chain 1 space and work a single crochet. We're going to continue this all the way down. Chain 1, skip your double crochet 2 together and work a single crochet into the next chain 1 space. Once you reach the end of your work, you will just have your double crochet 2 together and your turning chain. There is no chain 1 space in between. So to finish row 2, we simply chain 1 and work our single crochet into the top of the turning chain. So again, skip your double crochet 2 together and work a single crochet into the top of the turning chain. Now for row 3, just so you can really clearly see where I'm putting the stitches, I'm going to change colour again. So to do that, I've just got to come back 1 step on my single crochet because I was so busy making the single crochet, I didn't change colour. So you can see I'm undoing my single crochet, going back into the top of that turning chain, and before the final yarn over to complete the stitch, I'll bring in my new colour. Again, changing colour every row, totally optional here. Snip off the excess yellow. And now I'm ready for row 3. Row 3 is the second of the 2 pattern repeat rows. So to begin row 3, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which counts as a double crochet stitch, and turn our work. Now we're going to be working our double crochet 2 togethers into the tops of these single crochets that you made from the row below. We're going to begin our first leg in this very first single crochet where you just chain from. So just as you did on row 1, this pink row, we're going to yarn over, go into the top of the stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then stop. Then find your second single crochet and work the second leg of the double crochet 2 together into that stitch. So ignoring this chain 1 space entirely, go underneath the stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Then once you have your 2 half finished double crochets hanging from your hook and your 3 loops on your hook, we're going to draw them together. So yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Then chain 1 and start our next double crochet 2 together in the same stitch where you just ended. So work the first leg into that same stitch. So yarn over, go back into that same single crochet, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, and then stop. Now move over to the next single crochet stitch and we can work the second leg of this double crochet 2 together stitch. Once you have 2 half finished double crochets hanging from your hook and 3 loops on the hook, I'm going to draw them together, so yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, we're going to work this all the way down until we have just 1 stitch remaining. So begin the first leg of your double crochet 2 together in the same single crochet that you just ended on, and then finish it with your second leg into the next, skipping over those chain 1 spaces. So I have finished my last double crochet 2 together. I have 1 single crochet remaining in this row. Chain 1 if you haven't already, and end with a double crochet into the top of that final single crochet of the row. If you're changing colour, this is the stitch in which to do so. So before you finish your stitch, draw through your new colour. So from this point on, we're simply going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 for as long as you want your project to be. We can do a really quick recap of those 2 rows now. So row 2, you chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and turn your work. Work a single crochet into the top of the double crochet that you just chained from, and a single crochet into the chain 1 space immediately next to you. So straight in there, 2 single crochet stitches. Then working down the row, you're going to chain 1, skip the double crochet 2 together, and work a single crochet into the chain 1 space. Hopefully vastly easier for you to spot for this time round. You're going to work this chain 1, skip the double crochet 2 together, and work a single crochet into the chain 1 space all the way down until you've run out of chain 1 spaces to work into. Once you reach the other side, you're confronted with your double crochet 2 together and your turning chain. We're going to skip this entirely and just end with chain 1 and work your last single crochet into the top of the turning chain. If you're changing colour, this is the stitch to change colour on. Then you would repeat row 3, this double crochet 2 together row. To begin that, we're going to chain 3, which does count as a stitch, turn our work, and we're going to begin the double crochet 2 together, starting with the first leg of it in that same stitch where you've just chained from. So that very first single crochet, begin your double crochet 2 together, skip the chain 1 space, and into the next stitch, so your single crochet, we finish the double crochet 2 together. Chain 1 and begin your next double crochet 2 together in the same stitch where you just finished, and end it in the next single crochet along. Chaining 1 in between each double crochet 2 together. Complete this until you have just 1 single crochet remaining. Once you've worked your way along and you have just 1 single crochet remaining, we're going to chain 1 and end on a double crochet into the top of that single crochet from the row below. So repeat rows 2 and 3, the single crochet row followed by the double crochet 2 together row until your project is the length that you want it to be. Once your project has reached the length that you want it to be and you have finished your very final double crochet of row 3, to end, we're going to chain 1 and then snip your yarn, leaving a nice long tail for weaving in. Pull that through, out and tight, and your double crochet cluster stitch project is complete. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do let me know what you think of the double crochet cluster stitch in the comments down below. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.